Okay, guys, this is your test review for transversals, and this is just a worksheet called Transversals Secret Word. So I'm just going to get you started. You need to finish this and turn it in, obviously, before the test on Wednesday. Okay, so looking at number 1, we see that we have this angle here marked. Ooh, that is tiny. Hold on. Okay, and this angle over here. Clearly they are on the exterior and they're on different sides of the transversal. So that would be alternate exterior angles. Okay, you don't have to write angles. And since they are alternate exterior, we can see that they are equal to each other. So that's part equals part, and this is on that notes page that I gave you last week, if you've forgotten which one is which. So we're going to go ahead and write the equation. 2x plus 9 equals, 19, equals x plus 23. And we need to solve for x. Okay, so we get 4. Of course, you want to double check by plugging that back in. So if I plug it in here, I have 2 times 4 plus 19. So I can go back to my calculator app, type it in just like that, and we get 27. That's going to be 27 degrees. And then for this one, we have 4 plus 23, and that's just 27 degrees. So we get 27 for both. They were supposed to be equal to each other, and they are, so that's good. So that means that the answer is T. So I'm going to go ahead and actually use the highlighter so we can still see through it for our secret word. All right, moving on to number 5. So I have an angle that's marked and it's there. The other angle that's marked is there. Well, those are obviously vertical angles. Okay, so we know that vertical angles are always equal to each other, so that's part equals part. And if you can't remember, use the notes that I gave you on Friday. So that's going to be 3x plus 21 equals x plus 57. All right, so now we need to, again, solve for x, so we can go back over to our Inspire app. And we get 18. So x equals 18, and I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in over here. So that's 3 times 18 plus 21. So that's 75. So that's 75 degrees. And let's check the other one to make sure it's the same. So 18 plus 57, you can do that in your head, of course. And we still get 75. And we want to make sure we get the same for both angles, because remember, they're supposed to be equal to each other. So since they are, 18 is the correct answer. Okay, moving on. All right, I'll put a box around this one. Okay, so now we're looking here at number 2. All right, so this angle right here is marked, and so is this one. I don't know if you can tell, but if you, I'll circle it. I know I've been doing this a lot lately. Okay, so if I circle both of these groups of angles, let me erase this. Okay, so these down here are in the same spot, just like these are both on the left side. They're in the same spot. And then the top angles, they're in the same spot. And then the ones over here to the right, they're in the same spot. So these are what we call corresponding angles. Okay, so they're corresponding, and corresponding angles are obviously equal to each other. They look the same. So that's part equals part. And again, I keep saying this, but I really want y'all to understand what I'm trying to tell you. This is an obtuse angle, right? And I'll erase the rest of it so it's not so confusing to look at. Okay, I'll do the same thing over here. Okay, and this is an obtuse angle. They're both obtuse angles. So the shortcut is, if they're both obtuse, they're equal to each other. If they're both acute, they are equal to each other. If one is acute and one is obtuse, that's when you do part plus part equals 180. You've got to remember that. It will save your life. All right, so anyways, let me set it up. X plus 3 equals 2x minus 61. So we've set it up. I'm not going to go back and use a calculator. I'm tired of doing that. I'm just going to solve it by hand by taking away x from both sides. And then I'm going to add 61 to both sides. What's that? 64. All right, so I get x equals 64. Let me go ahead and plug it back in. So that's going to be 64 plus 3, which is 67 degrees. Over here, we got 64 times 2. What's that? 128. So that's 128 minus 61. It's going to be 67 degrees. Okay, so that's 67 degrees over here as well. Okay. So since they're both equal, we know that this is correct. So now I'm going to shade in that one with a different color apparently. Okay. All right, so next we got this guy. So we got this one and we got this one. So I know they look like right angles, but there's no box in the corner, you know what I'm saying? There's none of that, so don't start thinking in terms of 90 degrees. Don't do that. Let's just look at their relationship. So this is just like the last one. Not the last one. No, yeah, it is just like the last one. So actually, let's skip this one because I want to do something a little different. So this is just like the last one. You can set it up the same. Let's do number 7. Okay. So for this guy, we have this angle and we have this angle. All right. Now, even before I can tell what the name of this angle pair is, look, I got an acute angle over here, acute right there, and then I have an obtuse over here. I just told you, if you have an acute and an obtuse, if they're not both acute, if they're not both obtuse, then it's not going to be part equals part anymore. It's going to be part plus part equals 180. So that's like a quick trick you can use so you can know which one to use. Like you can know which equation type to use. All right, but anywho, so I don't think my eraser's working again. So now I see that both of these angles are right next door to each other. The only thing that's between them is a line. That is what we call a linear pair. And it's a linear pair because they lie on the same line. Not because there's a line between them, but because they're on the same line. And it takes two to make the line. So they have to equal 180 together. All right, so now that we know that, let's go ahead. We got x plus 23. We got x plus 61. All right, so my first part is this, the x plus 23. My second part is the x plus 61. So we have to add those two parts together. So once you add those two parts together, make sure, I'm making these nice and obnoxiously bold, make sure you make it equal 180. I'm trying to make y'all see the different parts there. Okay, so this is the thing that you're going to put into your calculator. Let me show you how to do this because a lot of people are making this mistake. Okay, don't stop here and put comma x. No, no, no. Put equals 180. Remember, it was equals 180. Then you can go ahead and put that comma x. And there you go. Cool? So please don't forget that because that's why y'all are getting those error messages a lot of the time. All right, so we get 48. So that's going to be x equals 48. Cool beans. Let's go ahead and plug it back in. So instead of x plus 23, we got 28 plus 23, what's this? 71. Okay, and then over here, instead of x plus 61, we have 48 plus 61. What's that? 109. That's what I get for doing it in my head. I should have written it down. All right, so did we get it right? I don't know. Let's check. Let's add these two numbers together to see if they equal 180, because obviously they're not equal. They're not supposed to be equal. They're supposed to add up to 180. So if I add them up, I do definitely get 180, so we are good. This was the correct answer. All right, cool beans. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight 48, boom, right there. Okay, so let me just kind of take it down to the bottom real quick so we know how to actually fill this in. All right, so for number 1, we're going to put a T, and for number 5, we're going to put an S. Oh, crap, sorry. So for number 1, we're going to put a T. For number 5, we're going to put an S. I'm writing this down so I don't forget. 2, we're going to put an R. 7, we're going to put an E. All right, cool. So let me scroll down here. You can put it on the first page or you can put it on the second page. I'm going to put it on the second page because I don't feel like writing it twice. All right. So 1 is T. Number 5 was S. Number 2 is R. And number 7 was E. Okay, so I got you started on that. All right, so I want you guys to finish that. And the last thing I'm going to do with you before I shut up for the remainder of this video is this problem. Okay, so in studying for your test, you're going to need to know how to do these as well. I know we've gone over it. We're going to go over it again. So it says that the measure of angle 1 is 105. So I'm going to go ahead and write that 105 right there. All right, so let's see. If this obtuse angle is 105 degrees, I can find all the other obtuse angles and put 105 degrees. Okay, so there's another one. Here's another one. And then 8 is the last one. Oops. 05. Okay. So you can fill those in if you would like to. So 4, 5, and 8. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and do the acute angles. So how do we figure out this one? How do we figure out angle 2? Well, angle 1 and angle 2 make a linear pair. So just subtract from 180. All right, when you do that, you should get 75. So this is 75 degrees. And all of these also are 75 degrees. So all the acute angles are 75 degrees. All right, and then you just fill those in over here. So angle 2, angle 3. I'm just double checking to make sure I marked everything correctly. 75 for angle 6 and 75 for angle 7. Okay, cool. So that's how you do that. Easy stuff, right? All right, last example, and then I'm done for this video. Name the angles as consecutive interior. Let me highlight because y'all know how I struggle. Consecutive interior, alternate interior, corresponding vertical or alternate exterior. And we're going to use each one only once. Okay, let's do it. All right, so angles, I'll use different colors. Angle 2 and angle 18. So let's take a look. I'm going to zoom in. So here's angle 2, and here's angle 18. So I don't know if you can tell, but they're facing the exact, well, not the exact, but they're facing the same direction. This is the interior. I know these lines are not parallel. This is just like those first notes I gave you, the Cornell notes. Those lines weren't parallel either. It's okay. All right, so obviously they're both not on the inside, so it cannot be alternate interior. They're not vertical angles because they're not even close to each other. They're both not on the outside either, so they can't be alternate exterior. And they also can't be consecutive interior. So the only one that we have left is corresponding. Okay, easy stuff. Okay, I'm gonna erase that. And I'm gonna move on to the next one. So we have 16 and 14. All right, let's see where they are. 16 is here, 14 is here. Oh, there's that bow tie. Okay, I know it doesn't look exactly like a bow tie, but look, it looks like an hourglass or a bow tie. Either way, it's vertical angles. That's what vertical angles look like. Cool? Easy. Moving on. Let's see. We have angle 1 and angle 19. So here's angle 1. And where's angle 19? It's way over there. Okay, let me see where the interior is, because that might help me to figure out what their relationship is. Okay, so I colored the inside or the interior. Both of these angles are on the outside. Okay, well, shoot. The only one that says exterior is alternate exterior. Also, just in case, I don't want you guys to get confused. Yes, they're both on the outside, but look, they're on different sides of the transversal. So angle 19 is over here on this side of the transversal, and then angle 1 is on this side of the transversal. So that's why it's alternate. I just wanted to make that very clear. Okay, erasing all of that. Okay, let's look at 12 and 14. 12 and 14. Okay, so we got angle 12. Where are you? I lost you. There you are. And angle 14, which is down there. All right, you already know what's up. Let me go ahead and shade the interior. Okay. And both of them are on the interior. Okay, so that leaves alternate interior or consecutive interior. So let's see which one makes more sense. This is the transversal right here. And as you can hopefully tell, keep switching between the highlighter. Okay, angle 14 is on this side of the transversal, and angle 12 is on this side of the transversal. So since they're on different sides of the transversal, it's alternate. That's what alternate means. They're on different sides. Consecutive means they're on the same side. So that's alternate. And we already said they were inside, so that's interior. Okay, last one. All right, so we got angle 4 and angle 17. There it is. Okay, so again, it looks like both of these are on the interior. The only one we haven't used yet is consecutive interior, but look. Oh, crap, I didn't mean to use that one. There we go. All right, so look, both of these angles are on the same side of the transversal. So yeah, that's consecutive interior. Okay, so that's how you do that. Hope this helps, guys.